Hey, it's your girl Stephanie J. Sanders, and I am a relentless go-getter who wants to change the world one person at a time by providing education and resources to educators who want to be financially secure while doing what they love. You see, at age 24, my whole world was taken from me by someone else's perception. I couldn't afford heat, so I took cold showers. I couldn't afford a bed, so I slept on the floor. I worked every day of my good job, but my struggle was real. I worked 10 plus hours daily, putting all my time into my students, creating routines for shows, practicing for football games twice a week, driving 50 miles a day, until one day my past cost me everything. And that's when I realized that the value I added to that good job meant nothing to them, but everything to me. So I'm here to show you how to leverage your skills so you will never have to worry about outside forces taking what you worked so hard for. You are in control of your legacy, so be the person you never had with the knowledge that will change your life.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Meet My Author Interview. So, welcome. Just to start off, if you are watching this live, wherever you are live from, if you are watching this live, hit a 1 in the comments for us. Hit a 1 in the comments if you are live with us. Hit a 2 if you are hitting that replay. My name is Stephanie J. Sanders, and I am the visionary for To Teach or Not to Teach Beyond the Classroom. Now, what is this book about? Well, this book was created to empower my teachers, because I am an educator. I wanted to empower you guys with a tool belt of professional options. I wanted to highlight the value of educators because we are so underappreciated and undervalued. So I wanted to highlight the value of us, and I wanted to provide you guys with advice to help you explore professions within or beyond education. And with that, I have 7 fabulous co-authors in this book, and I cannot wait for them to share. So let's get started. Let's get into the interview, guys. Today we have our first interviewee. He is the only male on the project. He is a phenomenal spirit. He has brought so much energy to the team, and I just love having him around. This is our climate coach from Baltimore, Maryland. We have Christopher Razor.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, Steph.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, if you are watching us live, hit a 1 wherever you are, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and a 2 if you are watching that replay. Also, if you have any questions that you want to share with us, we'll definitely get back to you at the end of this interview. Definitely check our timelines to make sure we answer all your questions. So let's get started. So, Mr. Razor, I already said, where you're from, but we would like to know, how long have you been in education and what grade levels have you taught?
Man, so I have been in education. I believe this is my 10th or 11th year. It's kind of hard to number it because I've been everywhere. I've lived and taught in South Korea. I taught ESL there from students everywhere from kindergarten up until about 5th grade. I worked in my hometown of Dayton, Ohio as a reading interventionist with AmeriCorps. Then I moved to Denver, Colorado, where I got my master's degree in urban curriculum and instruction and started teaching there in 3rd grade, math, science, and social studies, then jumping to 5th grade, then left there to do more climate work, and then Washington, D.C. called. And when the nation's capital calls you, you definitely answer. So I picked up my life and moved across the country to D.C. to be a dean of students at a middle school, which I thoroughly enjoyed, but then felt that I needed a more well-rounded experience in school. So left that position to become a SPED interventionist, working with our special education population. Did that for a year and then jumped back into the classroom to teach 5th and 6th grade math. And now I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland, working as a climate coach, where I get to serve about 10 different schools, pre-K through 8th grade, focusing on their school climate, focusing on decreasing suspensions, increasing attendance, all things social emotional learning, really supporting not only the climate of the building, but the culture of the building as well. Like many cities in our country, Baltimore has a very diverse demographic. And so wanting to make sure that the schools that I serve are also serving the demographics that they are that are in their neighborhoods, anywhere from Hispanics to our African population to refugees. It's really interesting being able to see how each school needs a base level of support, but then being able to jump in and cater to each administrator as well as student body. I've been everywhere, girl.
I see. And you're an educator, and a lot of times we don't know that part. Right? Mm-hmm. Look how valuable you are. You just said you went from Korea to the state's capital and everything in between.
Absolutely.
And you taught everything in between. That is value. And that's what people don't get to see. So you are greatly appreciated. Now, being, traveling all over the world, teaching different levels, what are your thoughts on why teachers should go beyond the classroom, meaning the four walls? Not saying get out of education, but those four walls that, some of us feel confined to.
So a little teaser into what you'll read in the book. Go ahead and get those pre-sales in. If you can hear me, get it now. I knew my first year teaching that the gift that I had needed to be shared with more than just 20, 25, 30 students in 1 year. That is not to say that my talents would not be useful if I were still in the classroom. That's very evident, seeing as how I went back into the classroom after years out of it. But when you know that your voice, your light, your passion can impact not just students, but families, community stakeholders, administrators, teachers at different schools, teachers in different districts. You know what you know. When it's your calling, you definitely have to walk into it. And so my answer is listen to your gut. Your gut will tell you if you are more comfortable in the classroom, lesson planning and making sure that those lesson plans cater to each and every young mind that you get an opportunity to touch on. That's great. But if you know that you like looking at policy, you like looking at writing the curriculum, you like me enjoy looking at the culture and climate of different schools and how students can feel whole once they enter these different buildings, definitely jump into that, because there's space for it, there's opportunity for it. And particularly post-COVID, I have found that most schools, as well as most school districts, have begun to identify how they are impacting and supporting students, just not academically, but socially, emotionally. How are we supporting their families? Do their families need anything? Because we cannot teach students academics if their mind is somewhere else. And so how can we make sure that we are taking their minds off of the clutter and the chaos that occurs outside of the classroom, so that for 45 to 60 to even 90 minutes, they are able to focus on a topic that they might enjoy or they might just really, really be interested in. Follow your calling, folks.
Yes, I heard you loud and clear. All of us have a gift, right? And that's why we are in education. Because trust me, it ain't for the money. I tell you that, right? We had to be called to this place. And
I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich today, friends.
Exactly. So, follow that gift, like you said. And I also like what you said about looking at the student as a whole. Because they are a whole person. They're not just academics. And, once you get through and start looking at them as a whole person, you start to see things differently and really make change. So with that, there's a lot of people that have a story. Teachers all have stories. We got a lot. Why did you decide to join this particular project, and how has your experience been so far?
Man, so again, following the calling, following this lifelong dream, essentially, of making sure that I am impacting as many people as possible. Unknowingly, like you stated in the introduction, I'm the only male on this project. And so often that is what you find when you go into different buildings. Black males in particular make up, I want to say, like less than 2% of educators in our country. So to be able to bring that voice not only to the public, but back into our community, to show that, hey, I made it. Hey, mom. Hey, sisters. Hey, friends. I made it. But also to make sure that I am turning and reaching out to somebody who looks like me, who might not know how or if they can make it, to show you can make it. If I can be here, after being on the other side of the world, after can I be honest, almost not graduating from college, like it took really, really, really talking to my advisor to get my bachelor's degree. And now here I am in my third year of a PhD program. Surprise. I know the world has not heard about that news, but I am in my third year of a PhD program at Howard University studying educational psychology, to be able to share my own story, not just as a model, but as a motivation. Because as you said, and as we know, students are different, students are unique. And so to be able to shed a light on how my uniqueness can encourage somebody else's opportunity in a book. How often do you get to say that you are a published author? I went home last week to see my family. I hadn't seen them since Christmas, and I know some of them are watching right now. And they toasted to me, and it was almost like off guarded, because I was like, oh wait, I did write a book. You're talking about me. You almost want to like look around like, who are they talking about? But hey, my name is Christopher A. Razor, and I am a published author. This is only the beginning for me. I can't wait to see and share what this opportunity brings as the years go by, both professionally and personally. It's just an awesome experience. And look at us now. I mean, I have you not only as a mentor, but as a friend. I have 6 other colleagues. It's like pledging all over again. Shout out to Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Blue Phi, Um, it's like pledging again, because now I have 6 other blind persons who are on this journey with me. I mean, let's be honest. Our late night messages are, where's that calendar invite? Are we supposed to be posting this or that? Also speaks on the high level of support that we are receiving from you and the rest of the team. I would not stress enough the opportunity to have a support like you, and the rest of the squad, to be on our tails about, like I said, posting, to be on our tails about making sure we have our links set up, editing. Y'all, I got to edit my pages by Wednesday. So days, y'all. It's just been an awesome experience. It's been an awesome experience and a great motivator to continue to do the work that I know I've been called to do.
That is awesome. Well, it is definitely and truly a pleasure to have you. I know when I contacted you, it was your birthday.
It was. It
was your birthday, but you still was like, no, I'm coming. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do this, and that means a lot. And I didn't want to. I'd be remiss if I did not mention the D9 that you are a part of. We cannot let them. So let them know the chapter. Let them know where and the year.
Absolutely. So I pledged Phi Beta Sigma spring 2013 Alpha Omega Sigma chapter in South Korea. I am now a part of the Zeta Sigma chapter here in the city of Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to the Good Bros. This week is actually our regionals. So I'm excited to be partaking in this opportunity with my brothers. Shout out to y'all. And shout out to my sorors. You know, we are the only constitutionally bound fraternity and sorority in the D9. I don't care what anybody else says, but the truth is the truth. You can look it up. So shout out to my sorors. I see the sorors and co-author in the chat box now. Just really, really showing their support all the time.
And that is important. And that's why I want to make sure that is acknowledged in this book, because you are a role model and people do need to know the truth. They do need to know the real brothers and sisters of the D9. They do need to know that history.
First cousin. Those mamas and daddies liked each other. They was cool. That's it. That's all.
So I am glad that you are a part. You did share why someone should read this book, so that is awesome. Now we want to know about your future endeavors. That's what we want to know. What are your future endeavors? We heard that you are in a PhD program. So
absolutely. Not only am I in a PhD program, I am actually going to be presenting on Friday, April 26th. I have an opportunity to present on a meta-evaluation of social-emotional programs that highlight or focus on being culturally responsive. So I'm excited to dive into some of that research as it is supporting my dissertation, which again is looking at social-emotional learning and how it impacts the lived experiences of Black boys in middle school and urban areas. I made a promise to myself this year that I would again get into public speaking. So I've done a couple of platforms, a couple of opportunities to really shed light on mental health. I'm excited about our conference coming up in June. And you never know, there might be another book on the way. I mean, you know, when the fingers just start going like this, they just start tapping and tapping and tapping. You never know what might come up. So I would just say, make sure you are LinkedIn, tapped into me on social media, because that's where you're going to find out all of the greatness that is C. Allen Razor.
So please let the people know how to find you, how to contact you, because as you can see, he's doing big things. He's looking into speaking. So if you need a speaker, this young man right here, make sure you contact him. So please give the people your social media. How can they get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So you can follow me on Facebook at C. Allen Razor. It is a public page. Again, that is where I am sharing not only all of my thoughts, but the thoughts of others that I find to be really, really interesting. And then over on Instagram, very similar, C. Allen Razor. Again, there you will find more information around a little bit more about me, about some of the work that I've done, as well as, again, some of the information and content that I find interesting there as well.
Awesome. So I see we have viewers. So if you are viewing us live, please leave a fire emoji for this man who is on fire. Please leave a fire emoji for this young man. All right. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or want to get with Mr. Christopher Razor, please let us know in the comments. We will be going back through. Thank you so much for your support. And are there any final words that you would like to share with your audience?
Man, hey y'all, it's me. Hey mama, I made it.
I love it.
I think that the biggest thing is just to shout out my support systems, my groups, my circles. Shout out to Morning Star Baptist Church in Woodlawn, Maryland. I see some of my young adults here on the live. I see my family here. I see old colleagues here. Listen, just share and spread the word. This book is going to truly change the narrative. I believe that wholeheartedly. It's going to change how we look at education, not only as educators, but as African Americans, how we are making sure we are surrounding and uplifting our villages. So just stay tapped into us. This is only the beginning. Stay tapped in.
Yes. Well, thank you again for being here. Thank you for being a part of the project. And thank you guys for tuning in. But stay posted because we are having more interviews with an author. Remember, we have 6 more to go through. So make sure you guys are tuning in. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for supporting. Make sure you hit his pre-sale link so you can purchase the book. Okay, purchase. Make sure you get with Mr. Razor so you can get your copy. And if you're one of the 30, which I don't know because you banging it out, I don't know if they're going to make the cut. But if you are over 30, you do get a special mention in the book. If not, he'll sign it for you. Don't worry about it.
I will definitely sign it for you. Definitely look out for a launch party coming up. My family is waiting to find an opportunity to write or to at least get an outfit and come celebrate with you. So Baltimore, be on the lookout.
Awesome. I love that launch party. So guys, tune in later on this week for another interview. Thank you for coming through, spreading support, spreading love, and we will get back to you later on this week. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye, y'all.
So